Hey guys, Adam from Ginger Help here, kicking off the first in my series on demystifying IoT in manufacturing. Before we get started though, let's talk about IoT, just what it is in general. IoT is just all about taking smart devices and kind of meshing them together so they make us more connected to them. Idea isn't new, it's been around for quite a while. If anybody remembers these sort of things, um, thank your significant other for staying with you because they were fun for us hobbyists, but maybe they weren't so fun for the people around us that we subjected to them. But modern IoT devices, you might think of like the Nest or the Ring doorbell system. Price points have come down and they've just become better and better. So they actually are useful parts of our life now. And just like those devices, a lot of the devices in manufacturing world have also increased in quality and decreased in cost. So I'm going to start this off with a real world example. We've got one of our customers. They have a process where they set some of their product in some industrial ovens, not super high temperature, but they do set them in there. These ovens um, uh, aren't smart devices. They're not connected to the internet in any capacity, nor do they even have a computer nearby them. And what the company does is they actually write down on a piece of paper every hour, every half hour, whatever it is, what the current temperature is, because it's super important that they keep the temperature within a very precise range. So they were looking to get this more connected, to automate the process of collecting that data, to also detect when things might be going wrong. If you see wild variances of the temperature, then something might not be right. Maybe a seal is going bad or something like that. So, how do you go about modernizing that? How do you go about implementing IoT in something like that? Well, it starts by getting a computer out there, and no, you don't need to go whip a Dell tower out there or something like that. There are fortunately much better and cheaper options than that. Right here, I have a Raspberry Pi Zero W, and what this thing is, believe it or not, it's a computer. This whole thing is a computer. You put that little slot right there. Actually, I don't know if you can see it very well. You put a little memory card, just like you'd use in a camera. Along this part, you have two USB ports. One of them are used for power. The other one's used for HDMI video if you need to. And then along the top part, you'll see those row of 40 pins. Those are what you call general input output, which basically just means that you can connect it up to thermometers, LEDs, switches, whatever you can imagine to gauge inputs and outputs. Here's a slightly bigger version of it. This is a Raspberry Pi 3. So the first one would run about $5. This one runs $30. So very, very inexpensive. Again, they're both full computers, no fans, no nothing to mess with. Now, if you're buying a piece of modern equipment, you might already have something like this on board, so you don't need to go and acquire a computer like this. But if you are trying to modernize something that's already out there, this is an example of where you can take a device like this and connect it and start actually gathering the data from it, just like you would the temperature at your house or visitors at your doorbell. What we're going to do as we go through the subsequent videos here is we're going to actually wire this up to a thermometer to actually measure a temperature. Then we're going to connect it to the cloud, and that's going to sound super fancy, but what that really means is we're going to utilize very inexpensive services that are available out through Google in our case to store temperature readings at whatever interval we want to. And from there, then we'll take that and be able to analyze that data and punch it back into whatever other sort of systems that we might want to punch it back into. That can be a two-way street if you like to. So you could use those same GPIO, general input output pins, to potentially be controlling things like increasing the temperature, decreasing the temperature, stuff like that. And we'll kind of get to that down the road. But want to start off just talk about the computers themselves, and we'll go from there. So anyway, if you have any questions, comments, please leave a message. If you finding this information helpful, please like and follow the page. All right, thank you very much, and have a great weekend.